Ray, and this is TinyTableGames. Welcome to episode 2, or year 2 as the campaign runs, of Legacy of You, the exciting game of ditch digging. I mean, kind of literally. But it's a campaign, solo player by Renegade Games. So far it's been pretty cool. Kind of the deck building, worker placement kind of situation. For all the rules, check out my first video, year 1. But let's get to this. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And here we go. Okay, so this is year 2. Things that carried over from year 1. We got a couple new workers. The peasant deck or townsfolk desk is all shuffled up. We've got our, 6 new peasants plus the barbarian. There's now a barbarian fortress. We're not allowed to attack unless we can take out both at the same time, which is 6. Either that or we have to bribe it with 2 meeples, 1 yellow, 1 other. So this is terrible news. Otherwise, we're going to be throwing away 2 cards at the end of every time we go through that phase of the game. That's going to end it real quick if we're not real careful. So priority 1 has to be breaking that fortress and accumulating 6 meeples. Everything's got to go towards that. And just maintain enough distance on that to avoid the shuffle issue. Additionally, just in case things weren't complicated enough, we also have phase 2 of a famine going on, where we have to put 3 people that will get discarded on here, 1 with a fish, 1 with meat, 1 with wheat. So that'll be dumping 3 people there. We're going to lose 2 people in 2 meeples there. So we got a lot of things taxing our resources very quick. So we need to recruit people who have meeples available. We don't get any extra starting stuff. So year 2 is looking kind of rough right out of the gate. But let's get to it. So first thing as always is harvest. At the start of the game you get 4 cards, 1 worker, 1 coin, which is actually a shell, and 1 bag of groceries. That's pretty much it. And at the start of the game there's 10 cards in here, which means we'll get through 2 turns before we have to advance the wave, and if the wave catches up the boat, we lose. So priority 1 is build a canal to move the boat, which will mean we'll automatically lose 2 cards, so recruiting is going to be a real balance. So this one's going to be a race against time by and large. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, let's see, we have a fish person, so we can slap him over here, although, do we want to do that? Yeah, I think we do. And once you put them on there, they're just locked in place. They'll eventually be just removed from the game after that, so that's fun. And then we have meat and a wheat. That's tempting. Her I'm going to use for 1 yellow meeple, because we need to accumulate those as fast as we can. All right, 2 groceries and a meeple, and we're removing this guy from the game, because that's probably a bad choice, but now I have enough groceries to engage out here, because you need 3 supplies to get that far. I don't really like any of this stuff, so I'm going to put them on the meat pile. All right, so we're out of cards. I will use the yellow meeple, which will just give us 1 extra bag of groceries. Let's see, we're definitely going to recruit the free person. This one. Okay. I don't want to risk doing anything else. There's no other place to put these meeples unless I actually get rid of them to do something else, but I don't have enough building materials at all to do anything. So we just gotta wait on 1 more coin, which we'll have at the start of next turn. So it's time to suffer the attacks. I don't want to bribe because I can't. So we just lose 2 cards right off the top of the deck. 1, 2. So that stinks. But we don't have to shuffle yet. Let's see how many cards do we have left in the deck. 4. So if we don't build a canal this turn, we already lose the game. Neat. All right. We're up to refreshing the cards, so slide everybody down. We still just have 1 barbarian, so that doesn't change. I fill these 2 in. And we're back to the start of the turn. Harvest. So 4 cards, that's all the cards we have left. Next time we have to draw cards, it's going to cause a wave. 1 meeple, 1 coin, 1 bag of groceries, and that's it. So very first thing we got to do is sack 2 white meeples and the 2 coins in order to build this canal, which removes the boat. So we get 1 brick and 1 wood. And this doesn't do anything, so it just goes into the canal spot in the box. And look at that. We have 1 spot built, so that's cool. Additionally, we have, see, that's going to generate moving that. Oh, this guy came back already. We got to get to 6, which means we need to get this farm built so we can draw a second meeple. So it's going to take getting rid of the white guy, the clay, and the wood we just bought in order to build this farm. And on this farm, we're going to get an extra coin. That's because you get a one-time bonus for placing things. Now that means when we do recruiting, we'll get an extra white meeple, which is vital. Let's see. Can we do anything else that matters? Not really. So let's look at what cards we got. Oh yeah, we can recruit this person already, because that's free. We need to hang on to 3 groceries, well, even down to 2 groceries, because when we recruit, we'll pick up 1. How many cards are in our discard right now? A total of 4. That's awesome, because we're going to lose 2 at the start of the turn. So we got to recruit more people, or we won't even have enough for a single draw. Yikes. So I'll burn 2 groceries to recruit the next 2 cheap gut people and just throw them into our pile. Doesn't really matter why or what they're doing. Now let's see, do we have a wheat by any chance? We do have a wheat. And we shall use that wheat to get rid of our famine card. 1 meat, 1 fish, 1... So there we go. So they get removed. And we check out story point number 23. And story point 23 says, in the storybook, our stores only just managed to get us through the winter, but every stomach is full and workers are healthy enough to carry on. I have assigned more foragers to search for wider resources. We have come a long way to redeem the losses from the fire that swept through our camp on like the second turn of the first game, I might add. But there's still need for more. Each year the camp grows, as does the mouths to feed it. With all of the comings and goings, it's hard to find time to figure out how the fire started. I have assigned Bo Yi, my faithful and dedicated assistant, to investigate. He seems to believe we are still losing food from the store, and he's made it his mission to solve this trouble. Still no sign of demon monkeys. File the completed food storage card in the box under history. Check. There's a history slot in the box. That way you can keep track of all the things that have happened in your game. Place the townsfolk cards that were on the food storage card into the discard pile. Yeah, I know. Find card 27 in the story deck and file it in the box under other setup cards for future games. As with the previous food shortage cards, this new one will also need to be completed. God dang it. So how long is this stupid storyline gonna run? It's kind of getting on my nerves at this point because it keeps bleeding our resources like crazy. All right, so in the storybook cards, here's storybook 27, where there's still monkeys attacking the stores, so that's nice. Oh, wow, so wow, that's gonna be a busy one. Okay, so next game, that's gonna be exciting. Something's gonna happen. All right. Put that in the additional setup cards column. And I think that's it. Man, no bonuses at all. Yikes. I was kind of hoping for something. Okay. We got 1 person here. Cash this one in for a red meeple. So that's 2. How many cards we got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can survive 1 more churn, and that'll give us enough space to make this work, I think. So I'm gonna discard him for the food and money, because we're still going to need to make another trench here real soon after that occurs, and that's going to force us to discard yet another card. I guess I'll put this one here for one additional grocery because we have no other activity they can land on at the moment, because you can build those out that way. And is it worth double meepling her and get her out of the game? Huh. It may be. It may be. Because that'll be 1, 2, and then when we recruit again, it'll be 3, 4, and that's 5, plus whatever we get in our cards. That might be enough to take them out. So I'm going to sack her for 2 white. I can't believe we're burning this many cards this early, but that stupid fortress is just going to destroy this game fast if we don't get on it. Okay. I'll gain 1 grocery, so I can use another grocery. Maybe I'll use 2 groceries. And recruit this guy, because we'll be able to sack him for an additional meeple. Okay, we used that spot. We don't have any other resources, so that's it. So the next thing that happens is we return the barge to the new spot. So that's the next place we're building out on the canal. Now we have to, yeah, returns our meeple. Suffer attacks. We got to discard 2. I could ditch it with 2 meeples. Well, I could discard 1 because the yellow one's of no value whatsoever. So I could bribe this guy and hang on to the other one. So we'll lose 1 meeple and 1 card. That's at least better. But to do that, I have to shuffle, which automatically moves the wave forward. And now we shuffle. Okay, so our 9 cards are shuffled and we lose that one. Well, that stinks. That'd be nice to hang on to that one, but we don't. Thanks, Barbarian Horde. All right, so now we have 8 cards left in the deck. We got to refresh the cards now. So they move down. We haven't, every time you build a canal, there's a chance you'll get an extra Barbarian, but we won't. It won't be till like this one or that one, I forget which. So we fill out the townsfolk. And if the townsfolk deck runs out, you just shuffle in the discarded ones, so they aren't gone forever, happily. There's always more people willing to do low-wage work, I guess. Sad but true. All right. Harvest time. So we get 4 cards, leaving 4 in the deck before the wave hits. So once again, we've got 2 turns to make it work. Ah, boy. Recruit 1 meeple, so that's 2 white meeple, 1 shell, 1 bag of groceries. We'll recruit the free person immediately. Do the job. There's a red and a yellow, so we'll immediately discard both of these guys. Red, yellow. Okay, so that's 3 white. That'll get that. 2 red. 3 bags of groceries, because you have to pay the produce cost to get out there. And I got nothing to help me with that last spot. I think I'm going to tuck her under so we can start getting some wood, because we're going to need a lot of it. So that means when we do a harvest, she pops up with a wood and a coin every time. I guess I'll use him for groceries and coin. I guess we'll go with this one. At least when we build another hut out, we can draw another meeple. Hopefully we won't need to as badly in the future. All right. Also, we're going to need to start setting up some meeple equivalencies. Although I might go for this one, which is recruit yet another meeple of any color. So we need 1 white, which we won't have at the moment, 1 clay, and 1 wood. So I can spend 3 right now to pick up a clay, which I think I will. So there's that. And how many cards we got left in here? 4. So we have to bribe both of the, so we're on to the barge did move to barbarian damage. So we got to bribe them both with 2 meeples to not lose cards. Now, slide on down. I cannot believe how many people we're churning through. Hey, where was that one a minute ago? All right, well, anyway, back to harvesting. So 4 cards, that's the end of the deck. So the wave will move forward this time, so we must get the barge moving. We get 2 white meeples. Check. 1 coin, which is good because we need 2 white meeples and 2 coins to make that happen. Bag of groceries, and then wood and another coin. So we'll recruit the freebie because that's going to matter here in a second. We'll use this grocery to recruit another freebie. This one, I think. So these 2 white meeples and these 2 coins. Do I want to do that first, or should I go ahead and just, I might as well just recycle, right? So let me pull those 2 coins and the 2 meeples back. Since I'm gonna have to shuffle the deck in a second anyway, I might as well get everybody out that I want. Okay, another white meeple, sacrifice, or discard him right now, not sacrifice. Clay is actually probably good, because we're gonna need more of that anyway. Might as well take the red meeple too, and groceries and coin. Okay, so my hand is empty. So 2 white meeples and 2 coins. To dig this ditch. So this boat moves off because you can only do 1 per turn. So we collect 1 clay and 1 wood. So that's good. And we have to lose a card. That's the other price. And this goes back into the canal section. So because we have to lose a card and shuffle, that means we have to shuffle, which immediately means the wave moves forward. So that's exciting. So, and shuffling again. Okay, so we are shuffled and get rid of this 1 card. 1 brick left, 1 worker meeple, so we can build another farm. And we're gonna build this farm because that'll let us recruit yet another worker in the harvest phase. And if we put it on this square for a bonus, we can pick any color meeple except white as a bonus. We're gonna take this black one. And with that black one, we're gonna finish off the barbarians and their stupid fort. Okay, so story 45 it looks like in this. But today their fortress fell. The dragon of our warrior surged and surged again, beating at the fort like fang and claw. Don't know that I like that writing, but okay. I know not if it was a lack of supplies or warriors to hold the walls, but the gates finally fell and my soldiers burst through like a river breaking its banks, routing the barbarians that remained. We were not without losses, and that cost is always high. But those who have, well, hey, we have a food shortage anyway. But those who have fallen fought for their emperor and all who live here. But glorious death does not hold fortresses. We have taken too many losses, and the enemy may come again. Oh, good grief. We cannot stay here and must withdraw. I cannot risk being caught on the road by pursuers. I have asked Bo Yi, man, he's busy, to take some workers and undermine the fort's defenses before joining us. But if we must come back, let it be harder for them to hide. File the fortress card in the box under history. I have a feeling there's going to be a weakened fortress card that's going to come right back out. Find card 38 in the story deck. And file it in the box under other setup cards. It will be added to your next game as a weakened fortress. Cool. They just can't have a one and done in this game, can they? So here's the weakened fortress. It only takes 2 white meeples this time. Well, that's better. So that's for next game, not this game. So that goes in there with the other famine card. Can I do anything else this turn? I got 1 red meeple left, so I guess I'll grab some groceries and then burn one of those groceries to recruit this guy. And now it's time to refresh, so we slide on down. There's now 2 barbarians that want to be bribed with bricks and sticks. And they both require 3 meeples, so yay. But at least we can attack them separately. And here's the 2 new townspeople. All right, and now it's time to harvest. Oh, and put the boat back. There. And recruit that, put our 1 meeple back. So, harvest time. So we get 1 white meeple and 1 meeple of whatever color we feel like. So 1 white meeple, and let's see if we get a second red meeple. That might be beneficial for taking out that guy. And then a second white meeple for down here. And then a coin and groceries. Okay, and now draw 4 cards. Oh, and a stick and a coin. One, two, three, four. And again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 cards left in the hand. First thing we'll do is recruit the freebie. Always recruit the freebie. We got 2 red, we need a yellow. So there's the yellow. And now we can go after that guy. We'll spend 2 money to get groceries. So now we have enough groceries. So the next thing we're gonna do is 2 red meeples, a yellow meeple, and 3 groceries to take out that barbarian. And that gives us 3 money as a result. 1, 2, 3. And he's out of there. That guy just has to be bribed with a stick, so that's nice. We got 2 white meeples going here. We can discard him for groceries and money. That's cool. She's groceries and money also. If we do that, otherwise just groceries. Not the best card, honestly. Well, whatever, groceries it is. So, red meeple. Now, what are we doing with all this stuff? Put the red meeple here to grab 1 more grocery, because we can. Let's see. Blue, blue, and black for that other guy. But what would really be helpful is another clay, because then we could build a farm. I mean, you can pick whichever one you want. So let's see, farm number 1, I forgot what they do. You can just put it there to do a color change meeple. That's real nice. And it gives you another slot for recruiting. That's color change meeple. That's pick a wood, a sticker, and money. That's also pretty handy. Never did get to this one. +1 draw. I don't know that I want to do that. Or 2 money. Huh, all right. Probably the color changer. I think it might be worthwhile to do that. We're not in danger yet. So, I'm gonna spend 3 coins to buy 1 more brick, and then use 3 bricks and 1 stick, and 1 worker to make this barn. And it has to go somewhere that's available, so 1 grocery. And now we're out of buildings that we can produce for now until we clear another canal space. But, oh, and oh boy, another event. Okay, well that'll be cool, I'm sure. And for this last dude, by the way, we'll probably use him to go right here and do a color conversion for a blue meeple. But let's see what 31 is first. The camp grows more and more each day. Workers pour in from surrounding lands, some sent by the Emperor. File the constructed hut card in the box under history. Okay? Find cards 1 through 3 in the story deck and put them under huts and canals for future games. Huh, okay, I was kind of expecting more people. So, 1, 2, and 3 under huts and canals for future games. So I'm guessing this is going to make the huts and canals more difficult. Oh, they're also stories. Cool. Oh, it'll be new huts. All right. Well, you randomly shuffle and lay out which huts they are. So, yeah. So there's a lot more hut action going on. Makes me wonder what other stories are under there. Okay. So, still incentivizing you building huts because there's more story, and if you don't do that, you'll never get there. In any case, use him to do the recruit and get a blue meeple to work towards getting rid of this guy, which won't be this turn. We got a pile of groceries. Let's see, who's good to pick up? Well, for 1, we can pick up this. Honestly, no reason to not do that again and recruit this guy, because we lost so many people. Use 3 to buy another piece of clay, I think. with that, I think we're done. So, barbarian attack, we bribe him with a stick. Get the stick, get the stick. Reset, and it's time to recruit, or harvest. So white meeple, multicolor meeple. So 1 white, and I think in this case, probably a black meeple. Because then we can use the color changing thing on somebody else to get a second blue meeple. I mean, so I guess it's all the same. 4 cards, 1 more white meeple, 1 coin, 1 bag of groceries. And we're gonna have to shuffle next turn, so we gotta clear that canal out this turn. And to do that, we need 3 white and 2 coin. We have 3 white and no coins right now. But we can, oh yeah, I take it back, I forgot. We got a stick and a coin down here. So we're set, huzzah. So very first thing we're gonna do, 2 coins and 3 white meeples. Because the flood's keeping right up on us, so we get 1 clay and 1 stick, and we have to throw 2 cards away. Ouch. 1, 2. Well, it was gonna happen either way. Anything on the back? No, just sucks, that's all. Okay, so that emptied our pile already. Neat. It did create another building space, so that's nice. And 1 white meeple and a grocery can turn into another color, but we don't really need to worry about that because we have this one. We recruit the freebie. How many people in our discard now? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right now. And we've got 4 in hand. Well, we use him for a red meeple. Discard. So here's another red. Use him for another white. This guy we're going to tuck under so we can get clay and money during harvest season, because that's handy, because then we'll get sticks and clay every turn towards building goals. And notice there's 7 spots, so you can't build everything because there's way too many buildings for that. That leaves this guy can get another clay with. Okay, we've got 2 wood, so we can bribe that guy with wood. We can pick this one off, 1 blue and a red, and we'll put the black one on here to color change for another blue. So that gets rid of this one. Discard those guys. And we get 1 coin and 1 worker as a result. Those are always worth picking off because you get actual useful things on the same turn that you do it. So we have enough bricks now and 1 stick. And we still have a stick for bribing this guy with. So there's that, plus 1 white worker, and time for another farm. And we get 1 bag of groceries as a result. And draw 1 card, that's what that is. Wow, that's terrible. That's a mandatory draw 1 card. So that forces the way forward. Woo! Neat, thanks. Because I have to shuffle. Okay, we are shuffled. Man, I could have lost the game right there. That's a nasty little surprise under that farm. Bad farm. That's something to keep in mind, apparently. Wow, all right. Well, we'd used all the cards in hand anyway. We got that spot left. What do we want to do? Recruit, that's what we want to do. So use bag of groceries, get this person. Use another bag of groceries and get, oh yeah, I have to use 3 bags of groceries for picking that person off, I forgot. So 3 bags. There. So now we're left with 1 coin and 1 worker. Oh, 2 workers. Groceries, which we'll immediately spend to recruit this person. And put this one here for a coin, I think. Well, we're gonna get 1 stick and 1 brick. And under this farm is just groceries. So you recruit groceries too. That's not super helpful because there's no more story things going on under there. I'm not worried about the equivalents because we got that well under control with how many colors we got. So I may risk it and do another farm. So it's going to be another brick that I recruit with this guy. Okay. Barbarian attacks. Bribe him with a stick. That's about it. Return the boat. I'm barely keeping up with the floods this time, thanks to those handy, helpful cards. Fill in the, slide down the peasants, fill in the rest. So, first thing we do is one white one, a second one. Sack this one for groceries. This one we'll discard for a yellow meeple. Okay, so we got 2 bricks, 1 stick, and a bunch of meeples. So, build a canal. So that takes 3 white in this case and 2 coins, and they all get discarded. Move the ship off, and we get 1 stick, 1 brick, and have to shed 2 cards. See anything on the back? No. Yay. 2 cards. 1, 2. Yeesh. And we can't build another farm this turn, even though we've got 2 spaces now, because we need a white worker meeple to do it, and we're all out. Oh, unless we got one on the cards. Do we have one on the cards? We do. We'll immediately discard him for a white meeple. And use these 3 bricks and a stick to make another farm while we have enough cards in the draw pile to not accidentally lose the game if the wave moves forward. And this is get a bag of groceries. That's a lot better. And we'll put this meeple, I guess on this one, or this house on that one for 1 more black meeple. Okay. So yellow and blue, and can put the black one here and convert that to another yellow meeple. Then use these 3 meeples and these 3 groceries to take this one out. Only worth 2 coins, but the bribe is too high. That's all I'm saying. Whereas that guy, bribe him with a stick, he can stay there the rest of the game as far as I'm concerned. Okay, we got 1 card left in hand. It's another red meeple. Might as well use it. Start dropping stuff out here. This one for a bag of groceries. Send this one over here to pick up a thing. What thing do we want to pick up? See, we're going to pick up a stick and a clay, so I might as well use it to pick up another clay again. Do I want to use this one to draw a card? How many do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. It should be safe to do that. So I will in fact use this to draw a card. Maybe we'll get something useful. A black meeple. Or the ability to tuck it in here and get another worker. Oh, that's tempting. I think I'll do that. All right. So we've played out. I don't want to use any coins because, as you can see, it takes 3 on the next round. So we're on to barbarian attacks. Bribe him with a stick. And return the barge. So we're up to here. Got 1 more of these to build to see if there's anything underneath it. Slide these in. And that's about it, except for shuffling up the, well, we don't need to shuffle them yet. So that's just the end, and it's time for the new round. And 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 1 card left in the draw pile. We get 1 white meeple from here, another white meeple from there. 1 whatever color we feel like meeple, which in this case I think is going to be yellow. Let's see. And then 1 coin, 1 bag of groceries. And then 1 stick, 1 coin. And everything's token limited, so if you happen to draw them all, you don't get any extra. 1 brick, 1 coin, and 1 extra white meeple. So that's pretty, oh yeah, and all these guys come home. So, 3 bags of groceries. And 2 black meeples and a yellow meeple. And we take this barbarian out. Recruit the freebie. I could do this, because no, this one's a story. I don't know why this one's a story, and that one's a story too. That's interesting. So I might give up on this farm. Let's see, 2 white. Convert this guy to a yellow. And 3 coins. And we can dig out the next trench. Oh, I need a black one too. Do I have a black one in hand? Yes, I do, in fact. So discard that for a black one. So 3 coins and 4 meeples, and let's see what happens now. So trenching out. Okay, we lose 2, so there's discard. We get rid of 1. To make the next one, I have to shuffle, which means the wave immediately moves forward. Okay, shuffled up, we got to discard 1 more, and we lose that guy. Okay, but now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the deck. And we have a stick to bribe this guy with, and a brick to bribe that guy with. So we're okay on the not losing any more cards this turn. And onto the results of this one, which is number 34. Not all people can come and assist in the grand work. Defeating the floods will be a boon to us all, but life carries on in the small things as well as the large. Nearby villages do what they can to help, but they still must farm, forage, fight, and thrive. So it is with great pride in our people and the deepest of honor that I accept a gift today from a family in the nearby village. File constructed canal card in the box under history. Freebies, we get freebies. Finally. Find card 37 and file it in the box under huts and canals and gain 2 provisions. So 2 bags of groceries, that's nice. And what is it, 37, card 37? I really like this storybook card system, it's kind of neat. 37 for a future, wow. Wow, thanks for that. Now we're gonna lose 3 cards if we happen to draw that canal for 5, 6. Neat. I've noticed it gets progressively more challenging, which I guess makes sense. I mean, although you'd think your workforce is skilled, they're getting better at this. Year 1 was further up the river, so year 2 we're here, and there's like 7 total. Yikes. What, are you gonna be discarding half your deck by then? He said jokingly, but probably. Recruiting a person. Maybe I'll hang on to that grocery. Let's see, I got a brick and 2 more meeples. So use the red meeple here for another bag of groceries. And the white meeple to get another clay. Clay and money, draw a card in money, that's dangerous. Groceries and money. Groceries and money is probably helpful, but so is that clay that dude's got already. So we'll use him for another clay. We'll use him for groceries and a coin because that's going to be handy for fighting off barbarians. And this guy, we don't need any more clay after that. We're going to run out of places to build, and I don't care about the meeple equivalency. So we'll just use him for a red meeple. Okay. And what are we going to do with him? The only thing left to do is put him in the draw card pile, and I don't want to do that. So he will just hang out and get used to fight off barbarians next turn. So that's that. And now we're on to barbarian attacks. We bribed them both, so they don't. I guess if you lived in the tundra, you'd be susceptible to building supplies as bribes also. Slide these down. Whoops, you don't slide him down. Slide this guy down, and this guy flips over. Okay, and to fill this out, I shuffle this. Let's see, we're up to, oh yeah, put the barge on. Cover your meeples, and recruit. Good. So end the game right here, because black, blue, and 2 white meeples. So here's the 2 white meeples. Here's a black meeple. Drop the red meeple on the color converter. Got a blue meeple. And 3 coins. 1, 2, 3. I mean, you have to survive to the end of the turn. So I guess I could just do that now. So we will. So the barge sails off into the sunset. We have to ditch 2 cards. 1, 2. and examine whatever story point 44 is. But the game doesn't actually end until you get to the very end of your turn. So you have to get through the barbarian attacks is what the point there is. All right. A commotion drew our attention over to the river today. Shouts and crashing sounds bellowed from the forest. As we watched and listened, a roar echoed out throughout the valley. A second yell preceded a figure breaking from the tree line and running for the river. It was a short-lived attempt at escape, for moments later the source of his dismay came crashing through. A huge bear, blue and brown in the fading light, arrows protruding from its fur. I'm not sure what the barbarians did to anger the creature, but it was clearly unhappy about it. Well, probably the shooting it with arrows. File the canal card in the box under history. Poor bear. Find card 54 under Hudson Canals. And discard the leftmost barbarian without gaining its reward. Oh, well, cool. Bear ate the barbarian. Bye-bye, stick guy. Honestly, that kind of worked out. Surprisingly. Huh. And card 54. To replace the canal we just lost, I suspect. And sure enough, it's another, hey, it's going to be really hard to build this canal. You're going to lose 3 when you do it. Okay. So we just have till the end of the round and the game is over because we've succeeded in building out the canals. So we have 3 bricks and 1 stick and a white meeple because I want to do this last farm point and see if there's anything there, story point wise. And we will just put it right, I don't know, here. Pick up another blue meeple, not that it matters. Nope, it's just gain a coin. Okay. Let's see. The barbarians will attack. We'll bribe them with a white meeple and a brick. And that's the game. So the last thing to do is check out the win card. There's a pile of win cards and lose cards every time you win. Once you get to the golden one, that's the end of the game. So optimally, you can, I suppose, play for what, 5, 6, like nearly 14 games. If you win every game, 3, 6, it's 7 long. So 7 to 10 games probably, assuming you lose one eventually. And this one says story point 15. And story 15 is Beloved Tushinashi. It's the summary letter at the end of the game. Today was an auspicious day. The canals we have been working so hard to complete are starting to show their merit. This region's floods have been tamed, and many villages will flourish in their protection for this year at least. This celebration is only tempered by my long absence from you. I do wish it was not so, but my duty is to my emperor. I am troubled. In my focus to complete the canals, I have neglected the peace of the surrounding clans. While they will benefit greatly from the completion of these works, the charismatic voices of the dissenters attract more and more people to their cause, and stronger barbarians rise up to lead them. I fear in the years to come I will face foes of greater might and in greater numbers. Of course you will. Find cards 6 through 9 and shuffle them into the barbarian draw pile. These barbarians do not cause any damage and cannot be bribed. However, they increase how many barbarian cards need to be added when oh, I see. So there's year 2 of Legacy of You. We'll be moving on to leg 3 shortly. Year 3 shortly. But the big challenge there, of course, was the Barbarian Fortress, which will be back next game, but at least it'll be weaker then. And Famine, Part 3. So hopefully we'll finally get that licked, but maybe not. But we shall see. In any case, I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing it. We'll see you next time. Thank you for liking and subscribing. This has been Tiny Table Games. I'm Ray, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.